Welcome to the podcast. I'm Raghav Rajadvedi and I'm here today with ESEL. ESEL's like the largest, I think it's the largest student organization in Triple IT Hyderabad, right? Someone
Ideally, it should be
confirm this.
Felicity,
I
but
don't
yeah.
want to be wrong.
I think
Ideally, it should be Felicity, but I mean,
Okay, but
it
uh-huh.
goes up and down over the
Well,
years.
oh, so you're competing with
Ping is
Felicity
also
now.
very large. Ping is also very large.
Yeah, but in Ping's case, it's reach in viewership, right? For you guys as participants and stuff. So that's huge. All right, so
Yeah.
let's begin. Srinath, please tell me how you got those curves for the Felicity video. How did you get?
Okay.
How did you? How was it balloons?
See, ideally, I don't know what I was thinking when I was doing that, but Mohi is the one who actually did it, and all the credit goes to Mohi. I mean, I don't deserve any credit for that. I mean, the shape, everything was perfect, you know. I mean,
Yeah. How? I mean,
yeah, we know
okay.
it was
Uh,
perfect.
yeah, I mean, see, I was just standing over there. He asked me to close my eyes, so I was standing there closing my eyes, and suddenly, I mean, he started doing things, and and after a while, I was like, okay, ठीक है, I'll just take a look at the mirror, and I was like, damn, you're too good, dude.
damn. Okay. So we're discussing his prosthetics first thing. All right. So
Right.
let's start off with ESL is like the goal of every single, I think every single club in Triple IT. So was that gradual, or did you all just find yourselves in like a big place and then were like, all right, this is cool?
See, the thing is that maybe yeah, I mean it feels actually good when you say that all the clubs really want to become like ESL, but it of course was a gradual process. And see, the thing is that whatever you see here right now, the sponsorships that are flowing in Felicity, and other clubs wanting to reach somewhere in terms of participation stuff. Maybe the culture was started by entrepreneurship cells when it was founded in 2016. They are the first set of people who actually brought in, other than Felicity, first organization to bring in money from outside.
Mhm.
And they did that, they told the college that they don't really want money from the college, and they would rather go out and get the money from sponsors, build partnerships, build collaborations. That is something that, that's a culture that maybe is improved.
And I think in a way that makes sense because you're ESL and you're getting companies and you're getting money from the outside. Yeah. So as is, how does that happen? How do you go out to sponsors? I still don't get how anyone ever goes out to sponsors. Like, what's the procedure?
Naman, go ahead.
All right.
That's your chance.
So sponsors, I think there are a couple of factors that weigh in there. First is your past relation with the sponsor. If you know them from, if you've had a sponsorship or a partnership in the past, that helps. Otherwise, contacts, try and dig out contacts like
Mhm.
people that may have a certain relative or a certain family friend in a company that might be inclined to help you. So these are some factors that weigh in. So rest is a lot of cold mailing, a lot of uh, grunt work. Contacting a lot of companies, sending them their pitch decks, following up for everything. So it's a long and gradual process, but usually, yeah, glad we come every year.
And did you all start out without the club's council, or did you leave the club's council?
See, we were never a part of the club's council.
Uh-huh.
We did initially come under SLC, but
Mhm.
it was just for a couple of months, and then eventually we decided to move out because at that time there were a few restrictions that were put as far
Mhm.
as I know. I hope I'm right, Anu. But there were a
That's
few
right.
restrictions put. Yeah. So those restrictions didn't really match with our vision. So that's when they decided to move to the outreach office. So
Mhm.
currently we are under the outreach office, and all the support that we get from the colleges through the outreach office.
Ah, that makes sense. So about Megathon, I am a second year student. I've never seen Megathon. It didn't happen this year. I wasn't allowed last year. What is Megathon? And how is it so big? Why is it so big? Why does everyone talk about it?
Okay, before we get
Oh,
serious, I think the
yeah.
monster drinks are the highlight of Megathon for a first year and a second year student.
I
Yeah,
wanted
that's true.
Monster. I couldn't
That's
get
funny.
it.
Yes.
That was very unfortunate, Raghav, because I suppose I gave away Monster to a lot of second years.
Yeah, I know. No, Hemant came in and Hemant got drinks from you, and then I forgot to ask him to get from you. So yeah, that's how that happened.
Yeah, sorry, I was running a monopoly on the monster drinks last time.
Yeah, that is true. He
Hoarding.
still has a
Yeah.
monopoly over the t-shirt. I begged him to give me one t-shirt. He doesn't give me.
So
Yes.
how does Megathon happen? Like, what is it? I still don't know what is it and how does it happen. Why is it so big?
See,
So
as far as Megathon is concerned, yeah, go ahead, Ansh.
yeah, okay. So Megathon is a hackathon, as you obviously know it. But the main part is that it's a 24-hour hackathon, and you sit over there for 24 hours straight. The atmosphere itself, like there are 5 teams coding continuously, doing something. The So people are working on different problem statements. There is some kind of entertainment going on. All these kind of atmosphere gets you hyped up, and you uh, get a new experience. That is what a lot of the people come for. And obviously the monster drinks, the free t-shirts, goodies, and whatnot. We try to get people to come and enjoy it and also experience it. And yeah, obviously, because the problem statements are set by the company itself, like the sponsors from Micron, Qualcomm, Mbibe, and PwC and other companies. So there's a quality in the problem statements. You get mentors from sponsors. You are guided on what kind of solution you need to bring up, and all such things. They help make Megathon great, one of the greatest events in Triplet Hyderabad.
I
And
think the vibe that it creates is also pretty good because like there are posters and banners all around the campus. They're giving free food, free t-shirts. There are company stalls where you can go and interact with the people. So I think that also hypes up the environment in a way which kind of motivates people to participate. So I think that's why
Yeah, lighting.
Megathon is very alive event in a way. Yeah,
like a festival of
And it's also
sorts.
really diverse.
yeah, sort
Yeah,
of.
it's
You can
also a
say that.
diverse crowd that you see there, right? So basically, most Triple ITS events, you see only same small group of people always present in all the events. But then Megathon is one event where you get to listen to ideas from people from other colleges too, right? So you see how they are looking at solutions. It's not just something that, here we have a very engineering perspective. But then when you get people from outside, you hear different ideas, they approach problems differently, and that's really fun to see the solutions that they come up with.
All right. So you guys had IIT Hyderabad as well in Megathon, in like 2018 or something, right? Or 2017. So what happened with that? I mean, if you know, because you guys came after that.
Yeah, no, I actually, I mean, I didn't know, we did 18 batch, actually know about it because when we were in our first year,
Uh,
ECEL IIT Hyderabad was a part. So, see, the thing is that ECEL IIT Hyderabad was brought in initially because, when we started off in 2016, alright, Triple Hyderabad did have a brand, but we as an entrepreneurship cell, we weren't really sure exactly what to do, right?
mhm,
So, and it was just it was a small team, it was a relatively small team. So we needed some sort of we had to get out there and tell people that this event is happening.
mhm,
So companies are coming in. So see, when we start off as a club, we don't have any sort of contacts, and unlike right now, if you want to start a new club, you know that there are other clubs to support you. You know that if you want to put out a message, if you want to send a message to somebody, yeah, for instance, take the example of Felicity. When Felicity happened this year, they asked ECEL for some sort of support in reaching out to people outside, and ECEL also does that. For express that from Felicity. So back then, the thing is that we didn't have a lot of clubs who had a lot of reach outside.
Srinath,
So we
small
couldn't
thing.
depend on our internal.
Srinath, small thing.
Yeah.
could you come closer to your mic? Maybe the connection, because you're kind of soft.
All right, all right.
Just slightly closer.
All right, all right. Is it better now?
I think it's better. Yeah, must be better now.
All right. Okay. So where was I? Okay. Yeah. So basically, at that point of time, the thing is that we couldn't really rely on other clubs within Triple IT to build our connections.
Mm.
That's the reason why we went to IT Hyderabad, and they have we have had a very good relation with them. We continue to have a very good relation with them. So even their head, I mean, we even have a constant chats between each other. We support them in whatever we can. They also support us wherever.
You sound like you're a diplomat for a country talking to other countries, and we're just like,
Yeah, I mean, if somebody finds this podcast somewhere and they decide to send me to the United States to build relationship between India and US, I definitely do that.
damn.
See, that's what happens when you are 3 years of corporate.
I never managed to understand what goes on in a corporate team. Like I know y'all are like super important, but I just like, how do you go about your stuff? I don't understand how that is.
I'm immediately turned off the camera.
Sorry for that. My brother just walked in. So my brother just walked in. He's like, "What's up?" And I'm like, "Fuck off." Sorry.
So,
Okay, so Naman and Sriram both can actually answer the question. Sriram also has some experience. He has a lot of it.
I'll let Naman
Sriram-
start out with the corporate team, and then we get
Yes, why are you guys
collaboration
involved?
team too.
All right. So I think corporate we've discussed earlier. Corporate's main work is to bring in sponsors, build partnerships with corporate companies and all, try and bring up collaborations in a way, but usually collaboration that involve a financial transaction. So mostly corporate work kind of, you need to be smart about it because otherwise they will exploit you till the end. They'll get their work and they won't pay you. That's happened a lot of times with us now. So now the first, so that's kind of tricky, but yeah, corporate, it's good work, it's smart work. You need to think at every step. So I kind of enjoy it. So yeah, that's corporate.
All right. So
Sriram?
like as an e-cell, right? Like as a body which conducts events and as a body of like looking to promote entrepreneurship on campus, right? So there's a lot of communication happening between the body and anyone outside the organization itself. So if you want to just speak to the people, you have the PR team which handles all the posts and how they are marketed. So and then when you're speaking with say other companies, you have the corporate team which handles sponsorship for the events and then any future collaborations happening there. And then you get the collaborations team, which is basically a corporate team but without the money aspect of it. So, to give you an example, so like say we are a college body right now. We are a student-led organization. So when we look at the resources that say someone with an idea would need, for example, say skill startups, like skilled people with the people who have ideas for a startup, but then they have no idea where to start out with. So we would need skilled mentors, right, to help guide the people there. So one such example is that we have recently we have spoken to some incubators outside college, so where we could have a collaboration with them where they could give us the resources that a team would need, and then we would give them we would suggest them to the teams who have an idea, right? So that is one such collaboration that can happen. And another collaboration is with other college e-cells, for example, say conducting events. For example, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say this, but we are in plans. I mean, like, we are in talks to collaborate with an e-cell from another country. So that kind of collaboration helps both the students from each e-cell to get an idea of how the market is in the other country, right? So say we have an idea about the Indian market to some extent, they would have an idea about their market to some extent, but then the exchange of knowledge has to happen. So that's something that collaboration teams will handle.
Damn, DevSoc and Dance Crew just started going inter-college, and now y'all are going international. It's like y'all are always 10 steps ahead. Also you're from the Dance Crew, so hi. So this, I guess, I guess this leads nicely to the section where we discuss how ECEL is laid out. Like there's like a bunch of teams in ECEL. So how does that happen?
See, as far as the teams are concerned, these, I mean, they're just divided in a way. See, eventually, everybody ends up contributing to every team. So it's not like a person who's restricted to one particular, who's there in one particular team is restricted to the work that the team does. But at a point, you need people who have who have a set of skills which are like unique to them and unique to the kind of the team that they're in. So and that helps the team that they're in. So when it helps the team that they're in, it eventually contributes to itself. So that's the reason we like widely speaking we have the events and operations team, the collaborations team, the corporate team, the human resources team, and a lot more. Like so for instance,
Finance.
Wait,
as
wait,
well the
wait, wait,
HR
wait,
team.
wait, wait. You have an HR team?
Yes, we have an HR team.
Your lead.
What?
Yeah,
What does ESL do with an
lead.
What does ESL do with an HR team?
Exactly. So that's the thing. As in, people are important. And
Make sure people don't leave
we need
after
to
the
make-
second year ends.
Yeah. Make sure that they're happy. So I'm just preparing for a grand party for all of them.
We have been promised that one entire year ago. We still don't see that anywhere close. We
Yeah.
need answers. We need answers, son.
Yeah, I mean, Corona hit the second is really bad. I mean, it's not just the college days; it's even Easter party that you missed.
Wait, you're
So
in
we usually
campus.
have really
Yeah.
good party.
You're in campus right now, yeah? So how's stuff over there?
See, campus is fine. The thing is that it's good. It's good. I'm not saying it's bad, but you do miss out on a few things because you don't have everybody over here, right? It's just around like 400 people over here, so it's fine, and it's mostly postgraduate students. So as far as the undergraduates are concerned, you don't experience campus life the way it was. I mean, on the other hand, it's kind of peaceful. You don't have a lot of people.
Amog, is it
You
similar?
don't want
Is
your
it the
college
same
life
for
to be
you?
peaceful, bro.
Okay, I couldn't hear you.
Same. Ansh, you said something?
You couldn't hear me.
Yeah.
No.
No, I couldn't
Ansh,
hear
Ansh, Ansh.
Raghav. He took my name.
Oh, okay.
Thank goodness.
Okay, let's do this again. Ansh, you were saying something, right?
Yeah, so you don't want your college life to be peaceful, bro. You want all sort of things to happen.
Ah.
Yeah.
Exactly. That is true. That's exactly what I was talking about. I mean, it's not like you're completely retired from work and you're like sitting and enjoying stuff. It doesn't work that way. You need something.
So Amog, how's campus life for you? Is it the same thing?
Okay, no, I came to campus just now, and today is actually my last day of quarantine, so I'll be going out tomorrow.
I see.
So till now, I haven't experienced campus life, but quarantine was fine. So for anyone planning to come back to campus, I can say that you won't realize how those 2 weeks went by.
No, I would like to clarify. Quarantine is not fine. Seriously, that Amok Tiwari over here. Amok Tiwari is a very peaceful person. So, I mean, he's a little above everything.
I got vaccinated, so I don't have to face quarantine. Nice.
No, you would still have to face
you will
quarantine.
still have
Oh
to
God, no!
The
Why?
protocol is in place.
That's how it works. You'll have to face a quarantine where you wash plates with a common soap for everybody.
Huh?
Yes, makes perfect sense for a quarantine.
Exactly.
See, they are not trying to protect you, okay? They are trying to protect the people who are already in college. They don't care if you get COVID.
Okay.
Okay, let's not piss off Prabhakar sir. Moving on.
He'll watch this. Okay,
I mean,
he
he
might
would,
watch
right?
this. There's a large viewer.
Exactly.
You can hope, right?
I don't want to go back home.
Okay, let's hope he watches. Oh, was that shade? Okay. So can I just say that your tech team and design team your tech team especially is like your websites are on point and you have like websites which most other clubs don't. So like, how do you get a tech team? Because we have been trying to get a tech team and a design team, and it's not working out.
See, the thing is that Raghav, the problem with the design team is that the design team of ESL is the design team of the entire college. I mean, you take any club, it's basically the same set of people.
Oh,
It's
God.
Anish, it's Anish, it's Anish and Anish.
So they're all
That's what
booked up.
happens.
So they're all booked up, and they're not coming to DevSoc because they're already busy.
Man, does DevSoc even need? Does DevSoc need amazing posters you guys
Yes,
have there?
that's
All the
me.
marketing.
I
Yeah.
am literally the only one who's making DevSoc posters. I have other stuff to do in DevSoc.
You're doing a good job, dude. But you're making good posters, Raghav.
Thanks,
Continue with that.
but we need a design team. We need a design team. So
Raghav, leave coordinator stuff. Do design team work only. That will be enough.
yes, I'm doing design team work for eCell, and DevSoc is being run by. Okay, that was a joke. That did not work. Cool. Okay. So yeah, moving on. About recruitment? I have been through ESL recruitment, but if y'all could say that out again, like how it works exactly.
HR.
Yeah.
Oh God, HR.
Okay, so HR. Yeah. Okay, so recruitment generally happens after we get after the after first semester ends. It happens for first years, and sometimes we even interview second years based on their interest. If they are interested, they'll mail us or contact us, and we can just set up a meeting and discuss about it. So the mainly the recruitment happens at the end of the team redesigning happens at the end of every year. So positions change, team leaders change, coordinators change, everything changes. More people might come in, some people might leave out. So it happens as the year progresses. Main recruitment this 2021, it happened in December last week. So we recruited about 20 to 25 first years into various teams, and everybody is given a choice of top 3 teams, which they want to join. Yeah, so that will be their main point of work. They'll focus must be on that team in which they will join later on. Afterwards, if they want, they can contribute to the other teams. So nobody over here, majority of us don't aim to become entrepreneurs later on. We want to get an experience on how it feels like, what things need to be done. You grow as a person as you go through ESL. So so we don't look for entrepreneurship qualities. We look at how their mindset works. Is it fit for the team? Or if not, can he go into other team? Is the person suitable for a corporate team? If you're in a corporate team, you have to tell lies. That is the unwritten rule. Yeah. So if a person can't lie easily, then he's not fit for corporate team.
Are you sure you want to be saying this out loud?
I'm a very genuine person.
Me too. I've never lied to any company.
Okay.
I just tell them everything straight out.
It might not exactly sound like how it should actually sound, but we never lie.
Okay.
Yeah, we just withhold certain facts, so that's technically not lying, right?
Okay, you need to withhold some facts.
Amog made this face when you said we're not all making entrepreneurs, and he was like, "Why is he?"
Yes, I actually wanted to add on to that because I think a lot of people in the ESL do want to become entrepreneurs. At least do have some vague idea that we want to be entrepreneurs. Maybe not immediately, and they're not sure that this is the only path they want to take. But at least what I feel is that most of the people do have at least some kind of an entrepreneurial ambition.
So, I went and gave an ESL interview last year, and it was not a good interview. I didn't get in. I'm sad.
Don't worry, man. When you speak about the ESL interviews, right? I think one of the questions that they asked, among other questions, the one such question they asked was, how many hours do you think you would be willing to put into ESL every week? So I was disclaimer, I was a first year, just like all of you. I was an enthusiastic first year. I just answered I would be willing to spend 15 hours every week for ESL.
Oh God.
I think it was Bhavyaji taking my interview. He just stopped what he was thinking about and asked me, will you really work for 15 hours every week? Basically a part-time job.
That's 2 hours a day.
Exactly.
He's
It's
gonna
okay.
work
We
for
don't.
one
We
team
don't.
every day. He's gonna change teams every day. So Monday works for marketing, Tuesday for corporate, Wednesday for collaborations. So,
Exactly. When
He's
Sriram
jumping
asked
around.
that question, so Sriram answered that question that way. So that's the reason he's in collaborations team right now. So that's how it is.
Wait,
Raghav, you didn't get selected in ESL. Now you're doing a podcast where you invite ESL. Damn.
what? I'm literally just
You're
interviewing you guys.
getting
What?
No, I mean, this is your chance, man. You're interviewing the people who would have
Yes,
interviewed you.
interview
So,
me now.
I
yeah,
didn't
pay
interview
back.
Raghav. I remember he was probably the second on the list. I interviewed him. First
Oh
or
yeah,
second.
wait. Wait. I was sitting I was with Mehul, and you were interviewing us. Yeah.
So that is the
Look how the
reason why
tables
Raghav
have
was
turned.
silent. Yeah.
Tables have not. Well, I
Raghav
am
and now-
interviewing you, but that's not what I was set out for. All right. So, about startup aid, that sounds like a big thing that y'all do. So, how does that go about?
Yeah, so like I'm in a collaborations team, and it has mostly been the collaborations team handling Startup Aid.
Mhm.
So Startup Aid was this, like there have been previous editions of Startup Aid. Like last year, it was really good. We had a lot of teams participating with a lot of ideas, but then Corona came in, said hi, and then everything just came to a standstill, and then we weren't really able to continue it online since it was planned to be an offline semester, but then suddenly changing it into an online format is going to be weird.
Mhm.
So for this startup aid, we have been working for multiple months on it. So we had a timeline prepared, we had like a structure prepared for it. So startup aid is meant for people who are interested in entrepreneurship in general, but then don't want to work on an explicit startup idea right now. It's not like they have a pressing idea that they have to work on right now, but then if they want to like pursue an idea later on, they know that at least one certain path exists. I mean, like, see, you have an idea and then you start working on it. There's no specific path, right? Like, you can't say that these are the steps you have to do, and then you will succeed as a company. There's absolutely no golden rules that you follow. So, but then the point of Startup Aid is that you do have a general path. I mean, once people get through this program, they know that okay, even if I don't have a weirdly outlandish plan of what to do with the idea, they know that they can always fall back to the the mainstream way of working on ideas. So this is what you have to look at an idea, and then who do you approach to know if the idea works? Who do you approach to get the idea out in the market, and so on. So it's like for people to get an idea about the entire timeline of an idea to a product and a startup.
And wait, so this all, it's almost as if, like, listening to this, it's almost as if y'all have some sort of internal constitution or manifesto or something, because y'all know exactly what to do, when to do. Like, you had it laid out for you. Like, is there a
I think there's a
document?
curriculum which the collab team, I think they made a curriculum, right? Like a big curriculum for the whole event. So Sriram can shed light on it.
So I mean, again, it isn't the golden standard of all resources. I mean, again, we are also students,
Oh
right? We
no,
also had to learn along the way.
I think you misunderstood. I mean, that's fine, but like ESL in general, y'all know exactly what to do. So like y'all have like a step-by-step guide on how to take the interview, when to do it, what event to do when. So is there some constitution or
You have no idea how much happens behind. I mean, you know how much goes on to any club's event, right?
Mhm.
I mean, like say Startup Aid, right? We have been working on it for like 4 or 5 months before the program started.
Mhm.
If you're talking about recruitment, that process also starts way before the interviews and it ends way after the interviews. Since
Mhm.
we go through the interview responses and such.
Mhm.
I mean, it's just a good way to abstract it out from the end person, right? So that
Mhm.
you just get the good thing at the end. Again, we are also learning on the
Mhm.
way. I mean, we experiment. Some things work, some things don't work, but we learn. We learn.
Yeah, see, for example, in DevSoc, you are making a poster, you're organizing the event, you're conducting the event, then you're releasing the results, you're coordinating with SLC. All that stuff is being done by one or two people, including you. Yeah, but in ESL, that's not the way. like collaboration scheme, the startup aid was completely handled by 5 different people. The recruitment was handled by 4 different people.
Mhm.
And like he said, startup aid preparation started 4 months before. The recruitment whole process, it was 1 month long with internal meetings, discussions, interviews, and all those process. So large team, everybody enthusiastic, and everything just falls into pieces.
Hmm.
Or wait, Amog and Srinath, is there like a golden book which tells you what to do that we don't know about? Is that why you guys are so successful?
The only thing is that ESL. When you talk about ESL, we talk to a lot of people outside the college. So there's this reputation of triple at stake. So you have to make sure that you don't mess up. And in addition to that, a lot of events and the activities that we do, it's actually being monitored by the college. I mean, we don't
Mhm.
get like a direct support from the college, but the college needs the work that's being done by ESL that actually helps the college into their there are several different rankings and frameworks available
Mhm.
set by the government of India. So the college does monitor the activities of entrepreneurship.
Mhm.
We have to make sure that things fall in place.
Okay, that was high. That sounded high stakes. Oh, so how does one under the hood, if I may, how do you do selections for coordinators and stuff like that, and team heads,
Yeah,
etc.?
that is something that I guess only me, Amog, and Ansh can answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah, you will eventually understand. So the thing is that it is actually a 1 day process. I'm not
Mhm.
kidding. It's actually a 12-hour process. So what
Okay.
happens is that usually what happens that they take the the new team basically. They take the
Uh-huh.
new team to a to some sort of restaurant or something. They feed them so that they're energetic, and then once they're energetic, they start roasting them. So there'll be like two or maybe like 5 people who want to become the heads of the cell. They'll be sitting in chairs, and there'll be like 12 seniors sitting. So they start roasting the people there. I mean, each and every point that you say, it is being it is usually countered by some sort of thing that will happen in the back,
Mhm.
and this goes on for like hours and hours and hours. So by the time it's over, you feel that one person might be elected, but even that person who's elected might have this feeling that is particularly too high. So this year the thing is that you won't even get a party. You'll be just sitting there without any energy.
Wait, so
पार्टी के नाम में धोखा मिला.
Yeah. So it's usually at least minimum 5 hours it takes.
that's
Yes,
So,
last year it was like a 5 to 6 hour continuous
It was
Teams
6 hours.
call. Yeah.
Last year it was 6 hours, and the year before that, I mean, of course, it was Vivek Kaushal, so he rose properly. Okay, so there was even lengthier, but the thing is that those guys got a party, a separate party. Doesn't we didn't get it.
okay,
that.
one thing I think Srinath missed out on that seniors are usually roasting you, so they are always trying to counter all your points. But in the end, the selection, how that is done, that is chosen by the incoming team itself. So that is, we do not have a direct role in that. So,
Oh
for
wait, what do you
example, for the
mean?
next batch,
Uh-huh.
for example, for the next year, the present second years will be the ones who will finally be choosing their head.
Oh,
Based on the response. Basically, the roasting is done in such a way that people who cannot maybe manage, they will eventually they themselves will get the feeling that there's something that's not manageable, or the people who are voting will get a feeling
that's
because
like
becoming a coordinator is not very easy.
that's like the most unique way I could have possibly imagined for a selection process to happen. You sit in a room for 5 hours, get roasted, and then you decide who the coordinator is. Like that's insane.
I mean, is this like the presidential debate version of ESL
Yeah, yeah,
Triple
it is.
Hyderabad?
Almost
Yeah.
presidential debate. Wow. Depths of debate. We don't do that stuff. You gotta do
Hmm.
it. Okay, so mhm. so let's talk about club collaborations then, like from inside Triple IT. Y'all have collaborated with, I think y'all have collaborated with the Programming Club. Y'all have collaborated with Lit Club. Y'all have collaborated with ASEC, with OSDG. I'm not sure about that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
how do you go about? I mean, how do you go about that? Or what do? You go to the clubs? Do they come to you? What's the process behind every collaboration?
I mean, that is something that at times we go to the clubs and sometimes the clubs come to us. I mean, that's all. I mean, it's all good. I mean, it's usually our batchmates or our
Mhm.
juniors or
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
something. At the point there was this thing, that there was thing like one club is bigger or like one cell is bigger and stuff
Uh-huh.
like that. So we don't really think about that in that way right now. So it's all like we're all friends. You guys are running a club. You're trying to do something. We are trying to do something. If we can support you in any way, we are definitely ready to support you. And if you want to help us out,
Speaking of supporting other clubs, why don't you give Instagram shoutouts?
That is a very important thing. The thing is that usually, even though the seniors leave the cell, there is some sort of a monitoring that is always being happening. That always happens. So usually when the cell started out, we have we have looked at other cells while growing. So usually what happens is the cells outside college. I mean, if you take a look at ESL IIT Bombay and sir, they just put out posters that has their logo in. So that is the model that we adopted. So
Mhm.
it is just that if you want a shout out, put our logo in it, we give you a shout out.
Okay. That's a good policy. Time to put ESL logos in all my posters. So, so, so what's how are the clubs that you collaborated with? I don't know why I'm asking this, but if you all want to talk about the clubs that you collaborated with, how's that?
We've collaborated with a lot of clubs. I mean, wherever possible, we try to collaborate. I mean, except for maybe I think dance crew and music club. I don't know. I mean, I'm really not sure how we can collaborate with them. I mean, if we can collaborate with them, that would be great. So we
Uh-huh.
have been looking at opportunities to collaborate with other clubs. I
Dance-a-thon.
really
Come
don't
on,
know
Sriram.
how music and dance. Yeah, how dance is fit well with entrepreneurship.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, if you want to start a dance company, then feel free to join.
Uh-huh.
All right, sure. This will be like an elevator pitch, and then the music will be playing in the background.
While you're on it, collaborate with the Astronomy Club also.
Astronomy, yeah. I mean, see, if you can find some sort of a star, and even name
Star
it like Elon Musk
Wars.
or something, then yeah.
Because Wars. I don't know why I said that.
If you want to gift a star, bring in Astronomy Club. We'll
Star
help.
Wars could be like a nice name for a DebSoc
Yeah.
astronomy club thing.
Yeah, nice. Let's talk on
Nice.
it.
But there's nothing to debate on. Okay, so uh, footbids. Y'all had footbids in Felicity. How's that?
Exciting. That's
Somebody else would like to
good
go.
event.
Anyone over here
So
who? Okay.
All
yeah, I
right. So
kind of. Yeah, Srinath, go ahead.
yeah, all right. So, see, basically, footprints. One of the most important thing about footprints is that footprints is completely organized by juniors. So, I mean, UG3 was not involved in it in any way. So it was completely done by a group of second years. They brought in the collaboration. They brought in, they decided how to spend the money. They decided the budget. They dispersed the budget. They've given out the prizes. Everything. It was completely handled by second years. That is a really important event as far as the entrepreneurship cell is concerned and as far as our future is concerned. Because
Mhm.
that was the point when we could ideally see that Unity was ready to completely take over the cell.
Mhm.
Before next year. So as far as the event is concerned, that was I mean I think this was an idea that was brought in by Ishan, Tejasvi, and Loy,
Mhm.
right? Amol?
Yes, yes,
Oh,
yeah.
so
Yeah.
the
So
ASEC
that it
gives
was
their ESL and ASEC.
exactly
Yeah, but that
ASEC
happened
people.
before ASEC came into being. That
ASEC
Yeah.
was
happened
formed,
last year.
right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it happened last year.
Right.
Mhm.
So that was a great event. I mean, everybody loved it. So, and the demand for participation was also high. Like we couldn't accommodate a lot of people, but despite that, people wanted to join. So we thought, we could try another round of that. It was
Mhm.
all good.
Nice.
So like looking at this, right, since you said that like the people who actually came up with the event were already part of ASEC. I mean, I think that's one good thing in Triple IT is because like no matter which club you're in, you either have someone else who's in a club you want to collaborate with, or you know the people who are in the club, right? So it's a good thing of having a small, tight student community there.
It makes collaborations much easier because a lot of people will be common in both the clubs. So, for example, design team, Ping
Oh
and
God.
ESL have the same design team. That's a huge. So,
All
Can
clubs
we
have
have
a
a
same
little
design
bit
team.
of that?
yeah.
Little bit. Like I just want one person. I want one person who can do my work.
Yeah, I mean, see, the thing is that it's so confusing. You know, I start sending pictures. I mean, ping wale posts to each other group, and I mean, bro, wrong group, bro. You start sending me random comments and like, your approval. Be like, "Hey, I'm not Jaydev, bro." So he's like, he's completely confused. I feel
Wait,
sorry for
so
him, but
it's possible to have like a podcast episode that's just design team of every single club.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Nice.
It's going to be the same set of people. Five people.
Mhm.
Ask five
Yeah.
people to join.
I better put
Yeah,
that in
why
my
not?
list. Fail talks that used to happen till last year, right? And we didn't happen this year. I think it didn't happen this year. So fail
Yeah,
talks
it
is this
didn't happen.
international thing. How did you grab it, and then what happened?
Okay, so fail happened for the first time in 2019, right?
Uh huh.
Yes.
Right, right.
Yeah. So it happened in 2019, and it was actually brought in by one of the old seniors. Like he was one of the coordinators at that time, and
Hmm.
he did an internship at MIT Sloan, their school of MBA or economic study. And over there, fail was is the active community. It's like a student organization over there, and they are very active almost throughout the year. They keep bringing in other people, professors who talk about their failure stories, how they
Hmm.
came about it, what they learned from it, and all those. So he got excited about it. He thought that this could be done in here also. So there was a new collaboration formed between ESL Triple IT Hyderabad and MIT Fail. And the first event was first time the Fail was conducted in India uh, at, at H205, and we brought in various speakers. Miss India, a chef, a CEO of Mbai, and Dhuti Chand, uh, and various people. So that happened first time. It was pretty grand. The whole setup itself was very grand, and that hyped up a lot of things. The second time, the next year, in 2020, we conducted it during Felicity. So Felicity people have wanted to conduct some kind of talks,
Hmm.
and ESL, with its connections and with its good experience with conducting failed talks and other events, they came to us and asked us to if we can conduct it. So we agreed and said, why not? Let's conduct another fail. So second time we conducted it during Felicity. We called in people like animal activist Zabir Khan, uh, a gymnast, then the water conservationist, and a couple of other people, and it happened that way. Uh, so the process is pretty long, like because we have to follow what the we have to follow a template on how to approach people, how to give out the posters, how we have to live stream and all those things. So a lot of things go into organizing one fail, and it's an online semester, and so it is pretty difficult to follow all those procedures. Uh, and obviously, uh, a Felicity like Jagruti happened this year during Felicity, and I think that is enough to cover for failed talks. uh, so maybe let's see what will happen next year. Maybe you can see one next year.
Hmm.
So we can see each other next year.
Wait, I just realized the single degree seniors, third years I won't, fourth years I. Oh god, I won't be meeting the
Oh,
fourth years next year. Yeah.
Bro,
Man,
don't
one
say
more
that. I
month
want
and
a
we
farewell. Bro, I want an offline farewell, bro. Please don't do
Bro,
that.
college asked them to come in April, take their stuff and leave.
leave, yeah. They just want them to vacate their rooms. That's all, because they want people to
Yes.
move in there. So
Perhaps they could do farewell in August or something.
They will do
If
a
we come
farewell,
back in
but
August.
yeah, it's not.
If the second wave doesn't
Okay.
take over, because the second wave is scaring me. So you guys have a lot of coding events and hackathons, right? So how does that go about, considering there's like 3 other coding clubs in Triple IT?
See, as far as this year is concerned, we didn't have a hackathon. Instead, we had a coding contest and stuff like that. So that was actually planned on the lines that we would have some sort of a tech fest kind of a thing. I mean, that would we could eventually make it into something that would be a tech fest kind of a thing.
Zenith, right?
So yes, so yeah, I mean, whatever was done in association with the programming club. I mean,
Mhm.
so the coding club basically we did it in association with them. It's not like take over there and work and do something of our own.
Yeah.
So we did it with them. And as far as the hackathons are concerned, even though it has a lot of coding in it, hackathons give rise to a lot of ideas. So that is the reason why we are very keen on hackathons.
Makes sense. So you guys have, okay, I stumbled upon this thing on your website. Forgive me because I'm not fluent in ESL, but what's Epoch?
So Epoch was supposed to be a big event, which unfortunately didn't happen last year because Corona turned out to be bigger.
Wait, there are small corrections. The big event was supposed to be Antrocon. It was supposed to be a e-summit, and Epoch was supposed to be a kind of an umbrella event for Startup Aid, Antrocon, and there was one more thing that we were planning. So Epoch was supposed to be kind of an umbrella.
Still on your website, you better change that. So, so do y'all have like any advice for other clubs as the senior most, not the senior most, but I could say senior club because y'all are like the club, but you're not a registered club. Have any
Yeah,
advice?
the best way to trigger Srinath and Amog is to call ESL
Calling
a
ESL a
club.
club. I'm so sorry. But yeah. Any advice for
No,
clubs? Any advice for clubs in Triple IT?
See, I guess as far as the clubs are concerned, they are doing an amazing job, and we don't really have to give out particular advices to them because whoever are part of different clubs are a part of entrepreneurship. I mean, we have representatives from almost every clubs inside entrepreneurship, so they know how we function, they know what we do. So I don't really have to give out any advice. They know what's happening.
Okay, right now I'm trying to think who from DevSoc is in ESL.
Oh,
No, wait. Shashwat Goel, he kind of stepped down, so I didn't get it.
Shashwat was previously a part of the cell, and he's still a part of the collaboration.
I see.
He knows what is happening, right? So
But he stepped down in DevSoc, so I can't. I don't like. Never mind that. What am I even saying? Okay. So why don't y'all recruit second years?
Okay,
I was
I'll
waiting
take
for
that.
an email from ESL so I could apply for the second time.
Yeah, I'll take that. So there are two things. One is that so when you guys joined, when you were in your first year, something happened. The administration said that they don't want us to be recruiting very early due to some reasons that they.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
why we
they
didn't get to take
felt
part in
that
Megathon, right?
yes.
Yeah.
So they felt that it might interfere with the academics. So due to that, our recruitment got shifted to December. Now, if we recruit a person from the second year in December, that person probably won't have by the time that person reaches third year, he probably won't have that much of an experience. So that is an issue. That's why we did not have a very streamlined process for second years. But but still we are trying to fix this. We can make it into a more streamlined process. That is something which we did have in mind.
And as
So,
far
but
as
for now, the
the
reason is that if you recruit in December, so by the time they reach their third years and they're supposed to be heads of particular teams, they won't have that much of an experience.
As far as the the instructions of the college is concerned, it's nothing much. They were just concerned about your academics because they were like if you start recruiting students from first year, a little early, it might end up affecting your academic performance. So they didn't really want that. Although eventually your batch did, 20% of the students did end up getting less than 7 CG. I am surprised, no, but
How do you know the
but yeah,
statistic?
we
Even
didn't
I
want
don't
to
know
become a
about
reason.
this.
Well, we didn't want to be the reason why.
Okay. Bro, how do you know the statistic? Even I didn't know this. I'm
Srinath
from my
has fun
batch.
that.
Apex.
Oh yeah, Srinath's Apex. How's that going? You got Apex in
Srinath
lockdown.
has a song.
See, the thing is that I am Apex, but I have literally no clue what we have to do next year because it was a completely online semester, and all that we did was like we asked the students to join in a video conferencing call, and
Ah
we're like,
yes.
"Yes, sir, bhai, kya chal raha hai?" Assignment kiya. That's all that happened. So we literally have no clue. Next year, if a senior catches a junior, if a senior, catches a junior, takes him to his room and does something. Does something as in, ragging, nothing more than that. So
Really love.
I really don't know what to do. So
There'll be fifth year people who will be ex Apex, right? So you could ask them.
we're just going by our instincts.
Yes, totally. Like, imagine getting a call at like 11 in the night from somewhere in like Punjab. So he's ragging me.
Really, see, the thing is that it is not like not ragging, but as well as the interactions, the healthy interactions are concerned. That does happen.
Yeah.
People are ingenuity enough.
Yeah. If we're being genuinely honest, after like during the winter vacation, I met up with my friends from outside Triple IT. They're in NITs and stuff. There's like our college culture is really nice. Like we have like the bare minimum of ragging, and like it's mostly juniors getting scared of seniors. And I think that's also gone down
And
because
he is
of
taking
this.
advantage of that.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see how scary Srinath and Amog and Anshar,
Yes.
right? So that should explain everything.
Man, Srinath, I got.
See, the thing is that it is a closely knit community, right? We eventually end up seeing each other. So you can't really piss off another person. Even if you're junior, you can't really piss him off because you have to see him the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah, someday you're gonna meet him at JC, so
Exactly.
you need to.
And just remember your face. I don't want to end up. I don't want to. Ask Sriram to come to my room. I end up, doing something really annoying to him, and eventually he ends up in Google. I go to him with my resume and he's like, "Oh, you totally positive with order hotel cancelled by to nikal ja." Right?
Oh, wow.
We're gonna remember for the rest of our life.
What a story. Okay. So ESL does like a lot of talks and workshops, and you get a lot of people from outside. And I know you said that you have loads of contacts and stuff, but how does that happen? Talks and workshops.
Yeah,
Workshop?
classes. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm not sure what you mean by workshops. We haven't conducted any recently, but talks. Yeah, we are in collaboration with we do talk to people coming out of CIE, coming out of T Hub, and a lot of alumni. If we just keep talking to people like that, you obviously grow connections. You can ask for them help, get into contact with a lot of people. So that just happens as you progress. It's not a 1 day process or a 1 month process. It happens for a
Also, it's
long
about
time.
maintaining a flow as well, like because the big events that happen are events like 5-6 events a year maximum. So the rest of the time, so that the the cell doesn't stagnate or it keeps moving. So talks and workshops kind of help there. You were constantly doing something. You're in the in the loop in a way. So
You said
that helps.
you said 6 events in a year, big events in a year maximum, or else we'll stagnate.
No, 5, 6 events. Yeah, like that includes everything. Startup
Bro, we
Aid,
do like
then
4
somewhere
events.
That
We do
with
that was a dig at every single
Magathon.
club.
Yeah.
So I can count 4. I think I think 6 was a stretch. Yeah, 4. Okay, let's go with
We
4.
do 6 events, and then we have to do talks, or else we'll stagnate. Every other club is like, sir, we have 2 events. What a flex, you guys. Okay, so small question: why do you guys have a Twitter?
You have a Twitter?
Yes, it's on your website. It's on your website. I have, for this podcast, I've researched your entire website. I scroll down at the bottom, there's Twitter, and I click on that. Last tweet was made in April 2020, something like that.
Yeah, so I think it's just kudos to the social media team. They know it exists and they keep it updated. Amog and Sina, I think they have no idea it exists.
It hasn't been updated for a year.
I'll tell you the story.
Yeah.
I'll tell you the story. I was in the social media team before I became the coordinator. So why we have an account is just to increase our reach.
Stuff.
But the reason why it usually does not get updated is because you prepare some content for a post. You can use the same content on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. But if you try to use it on Twitter, you have to cut that down because of the character
Oh,
limit.
yeah. Oh,
So
yeah.
as a result, many times people are reluctant in doing that, and then they procrastinate and eventually forget. So that's why it does not get updated regularly.
It doesn't get updated regularly. It's been 1 year. Like,
Yo, why does it have 415 followers?
oh, you checked it right now? Yeah, it has like 400
I
something
just checked
followers.
it right now.
ECell Twitter has more followers than DebSoc's social media.
And yeah, coming to that point on depth of representation in ECL, I just checked the ECL team page. There are a few first years, like not to take
Yeah,
any
there's
names,
first
but a
years.
few first years in ECL. So you're here. DebSoc is there. DebSoc is in.
Okay. Good to know. So, another small question. The ECell logo. I mean, you guys want to change it?
Yes, we are actually working on it.
Because I didn't want to say outright that your logo is kind of not good with the times, but
Sriram.
oh
Don't
god,
listen to what he's saying.
Ansh is wearing the t-shirt where his frame
Might
is
feel
like this
bad.
much.
Yeah.
Just, you
Hey,
can't see this.
it's representation, that's great, but maybe like reduce the number of curves in it, etc.
There are straight lines in it. What curves?
As in,
Sina
like,
is the one with the curves.
when I
That's
said
straight line.
when I said curves, I meant including like screw that. Okay.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I know there's something wrong with it, but I'm not really sure. I'm just looking at it right now, so I'm not really sure what is wrong with it. There's something wrong with it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, maybe different fonts or something like that. Whatever. I mean, y'all are working on it, so that's great.
Finally, some work for Ahish to do. Let's go.
No. He's just actually
He had
working
it
on
in mind
the
for a
logo.
long time, and
I see.
recently they made a group and all they started working on it.
Nice.
Honestly, this kind of the logo that Sriram's wearing right now, that kind of looks like, you see that movie Rocket Singh, the movie where Ranbir
Oh
Kapoor,
god.
where
Wait.
so it resembles with that
Oh,
so
God.
much. This
Okay,
small
we're
little
not-
paper plate.
Nice. Oh, that's also entrepreneurship movie.
Yeah, so
Damn, so many plugs.
good connection, right?
Okay, so now we get to the stuff that's left towards the end, and that's what are your favorite personal favorite events to A, participate in, and B, organize. So we'll go one by one. Let's start with Amog.
For me, right now there is something which is in the works. So when that comes up, that would be my favorite. That is the idea is that anyone with an idea, how do we make sure that we carry them through to a stage where they can actually build a startup out of it? But for now, it would be startup aid. There are two reasons for that. One is that it is most closely related to what ESL does, and second is the first edition of startup aid happened. So I was involved in that also. So I remember we sat in the cognitive sciences lab with Vivek Kaushal, who was our head at that time, and the meet went on for 2 hours. It went from 12 in the night to 2. And from that, so I have seen it grow from that to slowly going into something which is pretty big enough right now. So that's my feel.
What about to participate in if you've participated in some?
Participating in, I would like say Megathon because that excitement and that energy for 24 hours. That's pretty interesting.
If only I ever get to take part in Megathon. God, let's hope it happens. Let's hope it happens this year.
Ask your batchmate.
I hope he gets
Ask your
back.
batchmates.
Yeah, because I have never been to a Megathon. Looking forward to it. All right. So Ansh, what about you? Favorite to organize, favorite to participate in?
Favorite to organize will be Megathon because it's a whole crazy amount of work which goes into it. So the night before Megathon, we sat there cutting stickers.
What?
If you guys might not know, but we stayed the night before a Megathon cutting stickers. And
Oh, was it the
couple of days
Oh,
before
I
that,
see.
even finalizing the photographer. A couple of days
I,
before that, we even
I
finalizing the
like this
photographer.
cloud doesn't look like a cloud, bro. It looks more like pointy and stuff. Like
Yeah, so we stay all for nights. We do a work during midterms. My two exams are only next day, and I'm here contacting Bhaiya. Are you okay?
Oh God, bro! If the profs see this, they're gonna yeah, this is why we're not funny.
Yeah, so a crazy amount of work goes there, and everything just pays off at the end of the Megathon. Everybody's submitting solutions, everybody is happy, they're posting stuff on social media, and that just feels happier in the end. That just makes the heart warm in the end as an organizer. Favorite to participate in? Not sure, bro, but I will say Megathon again because of all the facilities I get, all the things that is being organized as a participant. So I will again say Megathon.
Naman.
So I think I've participated in only one event that's conducted by ESL. That's Footbits. In last Felicity. So that was pretty fun. Though I don't know a lot about football. I play some FIFA, so I went with my friends with Tejasvi and Aman and stuff. So yeah, it was a good event. I had a lot of fun at. And then organizing wise, I think we just organized an event for some months back. The first batch, I think. So that was fun. That was a game that we made for them. So I really like those ideas when you create a small environment, a small game, so you can add your variations, you can fiddle around with a lot of stuff there. So I had fun organizing that. Yeah.
Oh God, small game.
Wait, aren't you the goalkeeper for Agni team?
What?
Aren't
Sorry?
you the goalkeeper for Agni?
Basketball खेलता है वो.
He's basketballer.
Goalkeeper for Agni.
Football.
I may have done it. Oh yeah, I remember. No, I did goalkeeper for Agni for
Where did that
very
come
small time.
from? Where did that come from?
So I was just walking.
No,
But he said-
Naman said that he doesn't play a
I
lot of
was-
football.
So he doesn't know a lot of football, and he is the
Oh,
goalkeeper of Agni
I
team.
see.
Yeah, that was very random. Like Ansh didn't want to do it. He wanted to play forward, so he was like, "Will you goalkeeper?" I was like, "Sure." So I was like, "Okay." Then I crashed into Arnav like in the first minute I was there, and they scored the other team. So they were very happy to send me off after the first minute. So.
So, Srinath, what about you?
Okay, so if you ask me about the participation a couple of years back, maybe I would have said Megathon, but as right now I would say Startup Pay, because the reason is that I was a part of the first Startup Pay that happened, and Starterweight has changed a lot since then, but still more or less it's kind of the same thing. I mean, it revolves around the same concept basically. So the thing is that people who are participating in Starterweight right now, they might not really understand that. But eventually, if you want to start up a company, if you plan on starting up a company, you would have to go through the same procedure once again. So the things that are taught in Starterweight, things that that are put forward in Starterweight, you might feel that it is something that student body is organizing, but no, it is something very important. And what we teach you in Starterweight is very, very, very important for being an entrepreneur. So I realized that after I got into T Hub, I got into CIE and started doing a lot of things. So right now, if you ask me, I would say Starterweight definitely. And as far as organizing is concerned, I would definitely say Megathon. I mean, Megathon is a what do I say? It is a huge thing. I mean, it takes in everything in you. Okay, but it is a lot of fun, and especially as a corporate team member, all I remember about Megathon is begging people for money. But yeah, eventually
God.
when they do give you money, you're like happy. Okay.
Oh God. Me and Abhijit are the corporate team for DevSoc. So most of our work, most of my work in DevSoc is design poster and then talk to Abhijit so we can beg for money. That's it. I mean, we don't even go to corporate. We don't have a corporate. We just go to clubs council and ask them. But that takes the life out of us. So y'all must have been on like another plane. Okay. So Sriram, what about you?
Okay, so well, like participating, I would have said Megathon, looking at like how participating in other hackathons feels like, and then it does look like Megathon might have been a good thing, but hey, there was no Megathon. But then like for every single incoming freshers, right? So you have an intro to ESL Wala event there. So
Yeah.
one small thing that happens is that you give the freshers some wacky ass ideas, and then you ask them to pitch that product. So I mean, like some examples are like old Donald Trump election posters, or a broken smartphone, or a mask with holes, and then you ask them to make a pitch for that product. I mean, that was just so fun to even be a part of, and even get a weird product and then make a good pitch out of it. That was fun to participate in. And organizing, I'd say again, I'd agree and say startup page, because like it's an entire journey, like being part of a program and then going through like what resources actually make sense, and then to show you which resources are good. I need to go through a couple, like many more resources, right? So that helps me, read through a lot. And then another thing that we did in Startup A was like we looked at a few case studies. So we saw what a company was facing, and then we then went on to see what the company actually ended up doing. So like we had like 3 or 4 minutes to discuss. So we looked at what the company was facing. We discussed for 3 minutes. And then in that discussion, like in the first 30 seconds, we finished discussing about what the company actually did. Well, like everyone part of that discussion didn't know what the company ended up doing. But then in the first 30 seconds, everyone got their ideas out, and then we basically figured out what the company ended up doing. So that was amazing to organize, to see that, a group of people ended up with the same decision that a huge corporation ended up with after a lot of deliberation. That was really great to organize and see that happen.
So we're done with that, and we can have we can have any conversation right now before this episode ends. I don't think I have like a duration cap, so yeah, y'all want to say anything?
You're the host.
Yeah, I mean, all I'm saying is I'm done with my bit, so yep.
I mean, like only one
Maybe-
thing I'd like to tell you.
Yeah,
is
maybe
that,
Raghav, if you want, you can give your interview right now. I think
No, I
Amog
think
and
I
Srinath will
think
be up for it. They'll be up for it.
I'm way past the interview now.
And if you don't have anything to really talk about, that's exactly the reason why I got Sriram. I mean, yesterday I had a conversation with him, so I guess even Sriram, you might be knowing the rule. So any place where I'm not able to answer something, I've asked Sriram to cover it.
Oh God. Okay, come on, Sriram, let's begin. Talk about Dance Crew.
no, I think like you're talking about what dance do I never seen you dancing in any event, and that is concerning, to be honest.
Okay.
Don't worry, you'll see him in BC dance.
So wait,
Yes,
I
yeah.
recently landed up on some video where Raga was dancing.
I
don't
was
remember.
dancing?
But I
Is
have
it the
seen
third
that of
eye?
dancing one. He wasn't.
The
Yeah,
third eye
third eye,
video.
not dancing, but something like shaking
Oh
his
yeah,
head.
yeah, yeah. That was
Kind
the
of
third
that.
eye. That was the third eye.
The Rick
That
roll.
was the Rick roll. I just moved my head like
Yeah,
Oh,
how do you
yeah.
forget the Rick roll?
I was wearing my chemistry lab coat from grade 11. Yeah.
Yes, you look exactly like Rick Astley in the video, so Rick rolled.
I was barred. How? A brown barred Indian person doing this in a chemistry lab coat looking like Rick Astley. I. Uh, yeah.
Yeah, so like before we end, thank you. Like I want to thank you so much for doing the entire podcast. I mean, like looking at all the Quora answers which says there's nothing happening in Triple IT Hyderabad, and then once again you come on YouTube and you see your podcast, and then like, it gives you such an insight into the actual culture
Well-
in Triple IT Hyderabad. Like so, like first of all, thank you for that.
Okay, two things. I'm literally just talking to you guys, so it's not a big deal. Second thing, I mean, I don't think someone who wants to get into Triple IT would want to know how Ping writes his articles. Yeah, so
Why not? I think
I mean, fine, sure.
like
but
it'll kind of it's how they develop interest, right? Like they're listening to people talking about the college, right? So if there's that content's visible on any social media, I think they'll want to see it. So good initiative, yeah.
And in addition to see podcast, something that's ultimate, I guess. I mean, as far as the perception of Triple IT goes outside Triple IT, students even don't know that we have something like a music club. And music club is like very basic, right?
Yeah.
Every college has a music club and a dance club.
Yeah.
So people don't even know that we have a music club, a dance club when they come in, and when they come in and they see like Raghav Bro has a podcast entirely for Triple IT students.
Hey Raghav, I have a question for you.
okay, go on.
Yeah, when are you going to?
Oh, he left.
Was that intentional?
Amazing.
Was that intentional? Wait, seriously, was that intentional?
What?
I mean, that would be great, right? I mean, you can ask questions and you can answer those.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
You
No,
can
no,
ask
no, no, no,
yourself.
no, no, no. Hold up. My internet just cut out. So when you said, when are you going to, everything cut out. And then when it came back, I'm like,
It's
was
the
that
universe
intentional?
giving you a second
Okay.
chance.
So I
It's the
couldn't hear
universe
what you
giving a
said.
second chance.
I
Don't
didn't hear what
answer.
you said. What did you say?
When are you going to invite Debsock to the podcast?
Oh, DebSock. Oh, that. Oh, see, I didn't want personal bias to be there. So I don't know when that will happen. I don't know when that will happen.
That'd be pretty
You
cool,
can
right?
just
I
keep a
mean,
mirror over here and say.
Raghav's
So you
like,
can just keep a mirror to the side and say, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Hey Raghav, what's your
Uh-huh.
opinion on this? Oh
Uh-huh.
yeah, sure.
The thing about that episode is Pahul really wanted to do a podcast, but I got here before him. So he said he'd really like to be the host for the DebSock episode. So yeah, we'll see when that happens.
Oh, I remember us talking about this, right? Like
Yeah.
for the third eye dinner, we were like a podcast, a new channel.
Yeah.
Fuck your things like third eye dinner.
Yeah, bro, we have like a whole third
Ethan
eye
doesn't have
group.
a dinner and you have
Yeah.
third eye dinner.
Yeah, we have third eye dinner, bro.
Yeah, that was obvious.
Third eye episode will also come. It's close actually. Might be next. I don't know. I need to talk to you. So yeah, this podcast.
Well,
Nice.
the anonymity will come out.
Hey, anonymity light.
I mean, this feels nice. This feels like us getting together.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like a meeting in JC, but then it's just recorded.
Yeah,
It feels really
and it's
cool.
put on YouTube for 600 people to watch. So, like, so. I guess there's nothing to do except roll on my chair now. I mean, we can end this now unless you have anything to say.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Srinath, should we also whip out our rolling chairs right now?
Oh god.
Not just-
I can see the
Yeah.
plastic back of your chair.
No, you didn't. This is a rolling chair. You did not.
Answer's the
Oh,
rolling
dude.
What is even going on over here? Okay.
I mean, see, the thing is that you promised us no video. That's the reason why we didn't bring the rolling chair.
Uh-huh.
If we had videos, then we would definitely we would be sitting in rolling chairs.
I think you tried to do a joke there, but it didn't work. Yeah, it didn't work. Light.
I just realized that.
Yeah.
And there goes your
Raghav,
chances for
yours
an
worked.
interview.
Guys, we should make a meet where just everyone just sits on the chair and rolls.
Yeah, a rolling chair gang. That should be like a Facebook group. I have a chair that can roll.
Rolling chairs at the
Yes.
A group where we just roll.
Oh yes.
With all the existing groups, it doesn't even look, outlandish at this
Yeah.
point.
The verbs are different.
Yeah.
I do not know how this video will go up on YouTube because I don't know where to cut. So usually at the end of all the stuff, I say we're ending now. I'm stopping the recording. But that didn't happen. So I guess I'll just put this all up. Right.
Oh, okay, interesting. Or else you can
Okay,
just
sure.
say we're ending now and then add in bloopers.
Okay, cool. We're ending now. Okay, wait. Let me just actually end this.
All right.
Okay.